President Trump delivers the State of the Union address tonight, 1 week later than originally planned due to the partial government shutdown. CBS's Natalie Brand is on Capitol Hill with the preview.
President Trump is expected to call for unity as he speaks to a divided Congress tonight during his second State of the Union address.
A looming question is just how many falsehoods, distortions, and made-up facts will appear in the president's speech.
The president and Democrats have remained at odds over border wall funding, a $5.7 billion sticking point that caused the recent 35-day government shutdown.
We're going to have a strong border, and the only way you have a strong border is you need a physical barrier, you need a wall.
Lawmakers have just 10 days to strike a deal and avert another shutdown. Aides to President Trump say he'll preach bipartisanship at tonight's speech.
You're also going to see the president call on Congress and say, look, we can either work together and get great things done, or we can fight each other and get nothing done.
The president has suggested he may circumvent Congress by declaring a national emergency to build his wall.
You'll hear the State of the Union, and then you'll see what happens right after the State of the Union. Okay?
Some members of his own party aren't sure he should go that far.
I think it's of dubious constitutionality.
And this would just be another erosion of congressional authority in this particular area. With that being said, the president is absolutely right. We need better barriers.
Delivering the Democratic response to President Trump's speech will be Stacey Abrams, who narrowly lost her bid to become Georgia's first black governor. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
As always, in attendance will be dozens of guests that help send a message. Among the presidents are a family of a murdered couple killed by illegal immigrants, an officer and a survivor of the Pittsburgh synagogue shooting, and a sixth grader who has allegedly been bullied because his last name is Trump. Democrats are bringing people who have benefited from Obamacare, people who were separated from their family at the border, and DACA recipients. Now closer to home, another day of cold weather means another day of school delays and closures. Lame Deer Public Schools will be closed today. Pryor schools have a 3-hour late start, and in Lodge Grass there will be an early dismissal today at 2. Then tomorrow there will be a delayed start at 10. Back here in Billings, the city landfill will soon kick off its big project to simplify and add safety to garbage process. A new transfer facility is in the works. When it's done, the process to drop off your trash will be a lot easier and efficient. Q2's Zoe Zandora shows us what's in store.
The Billings Regional Landfill, the largest in Montana, spans over 800 acres, 200 of which are permitted to receive waste. The landfill receives over 225,000 tons of garbage per year from 5 counties. The landfill is now starting a new project, a transfer facility.
It keeps everybody from driving into the landfill.
Over about 18 months, the building will undergo construction, and once completed will be 150 feet deep and 300 feet wide.
Behind me is where the new transfer facility is going to be once constructed, where people can come drop off their trash. Landfill employees will then crush it, compact it, bring it up the hill, and then bury it.
Additionally, the landfill will be adding more scales to help make the drop-off in and out times faster and more efficient.
So it's a significant structure. It's about $21 million to build that, the scales, and then we're also building a machine shop so that we can bring our equipment in and work onto it. It'll also reduce significantly the amount of blowing debris that occurs. A lot of the debris we get is, especially the little plastic garbage bags. When the trucks start to dump, if people don't have them in trash bags, it blows all over the place. It creates quite a mess and a lot of work for us to clean up.
Mumford also says the landfill wants to get more involved with recycling.
A lot of good construction materials are brought to the landfill, and if we can separate them out, then the public, but also groups like Habitat for Humanity can get that material and help build houses less expensively.
Construction is set to start for the transfer facility in the next couple of months. In Billings, Zoe Zandora, MTN News.
And after years of planning, a landfill expansion is now complete. The 368 acres already owned by the landfill expands to the south side of Hillcrest Road. On to business news. In a brief but promising Facebook post, Guido's Pizza announced its return to Billings. Although the exact location wasn't revealed, the post says it plans to reopen downtown. The pizzeria next to Pug Mahone's shut down suddenly last month after Pug's longtime owner Bill McIntyre passed away. An exact open date for Guido's hasn't been announced. An administrator of the Facebook page said Guido's wanted to wait until an official signed lease was in hand to announce more details. Billings Shopko Pharmacy customers were greeted with an abrupt message. A sign on the door on Monday stated the Shopko Pharmacy is closing and prescriptions can be picked up at a nearby Walgreens. Shopko employees confirmed the pharmacy is shutting down and will not reopen. As part of the Chapter 11 process, a Shopko spokesperson says the company is exiting the pharmacy business. Q2 called the pharmacy phone line where a voicemail told customers to head to the Walgreens at 1330 Grand Avenue. Shopko has closed hundreds of stores, some even in Montana. The spokesperson tells Q2 the company has no intention of closing the Billings Shopko store. Reports of the flu in Montana increased by nearly 500 cases. That's according to the latest numbers by Montana's Department of Public Health and Human Services. The state reports 488 new cases in the week ending January 26. That puts the total number of cases for the season at just under 1,546 counties. Of those, 75 required hospitalization and 2 were fatal. Missoula, Ravalli, and Cascade counties had the most new cases. Missoula has the most cases overall. Yellowstone County has had 92 cases total, with 36 reported in the latest report period. U.S. Congressman Greg Gianforte addressed Montana lawmakers in Helena on Monday. Also on that same day, a state legislator introduced a bill that takes an indirect swipe at Gianforte's past. The bill, sponsored by Representative Tom Woods of Bozeman, makes it a crime in Montana to assault a member of the press and adds penalties of up to 1 year in jail or a fine of $5,000. Gianforte pleaded guilty in 2017 to assaulting a reporter in Bozeman on the eve of his initial election. But on Monday, Gianforte made no mention of the bill as he spoke in the Montana House chamber. He focused on what he called a growing economy in the nation thanks to the pro-growth policies of Republicans and the Trump administration. Gianforte, who is mentioned as a possible candidate for governor in 2020, said Montana should take a page from the same pro-growth playbook and keep taxes low and regulations minimal.
Government does not create prosperity. The private sector does. Government should and must create an environment where businesses can grow and thrive. We must continue working to get government out of the way so that all Montanans and Americans can prosper again.
Gianforte also said this Congress he plans to focus on improving rural broadband access in Montana. The Montana Department of Natural Resources and Conservation is now accepting applications for seasonal firefighting jobs across the state. The state says it needs to fill 160 positions with hourly wages ranging from $12.80 to $15.77 per hour. The positions include firefighter, engine boss, helicopter crew member, aerial observer, fuel truck driver, initial attack dispatcher, and forest improvement technician. Applications will be accepted through June 1st. However, the DNRC encourages people to apply early because the agency begins screening applications on March 1st. Applicants must be 18 years of age at the time of hiring and must have a valid driver's license. Anyone performing firefighting duties are required to pass a physical fitness test within 3 weeks of being hired.